Being an official of the government, it would have been very bad form to have tried to recover this money, besides a possible loss of standing, as government officials are supposed never to consider themselves or families in the service of their country, and any private losses in the service must be borne without complaint. On the 1st of March, 1903, Prince Ching and his son, Prince Tsai Cheng, came to see us and told us that Her Majesty wished to see my mother, my sister and myself at once, that we should be at the Summer Palace, Wanshou-shan, at 6 o'clock the following morning. My mother told Prince Ching that we had been wearing foreign clothes all these years while abroad and had no suitable Manchu clothes to wear. He replied that he had told Her Majesty all about us, and also mentioned that he had seen us in European attire, and she had said that it would not be necessary for us to wear Manchu costume to go to the Palace, that she would be glad to have us wear foreign clothes, as it would give her an opportunity to study the foreign way of dressing. Both my sister and myself had a very difficult time deciding what we should wear for this occasion. She wished to wear her pale blue velvet gown, and she thought that color suited her the best. My mother had always made us dress exactly alike ever since we were little girls. I said that I preferred to wear my red velvet gown, as I had the idea it might please Her Majesty. After a long discussion, I had my way. We had lovely red hats trimmed with plumes and the same color shoes, and stockings to match. My mother wore a lovely gown of sea green chiffon cloth, embroidered with pale mauve iris and trimmed with mauve velvet. She wore her large black velvet hat with long white plumes. As we lived in the central part of the city, and the only means of travel was by sedan chair, and the distance from our house to the Palace was about 36 Chinese li, a 3-hour ride. Note: li is 1/3 mile or half a kilometer. End note. We had to start at 3 o'clock in the morning, in order to be there at 6. As this was our first visit to the Palace, Prince Ching's message threw us into a great state of excitement, and we were naturally anxious to look our best and to be there on time. It had been the dream of my life to go to the Palace and see what it was like, and up to this time I had never had an opportunity, as most of my life had been spent out of Peking, in fact, out of China. Another reason why this chance had never come before was that my father had never registered our names, my sister and myself, in the government book for the registration of births of Manchu children, in consequence of which the Empress Dowager did not know until we came back from Paris that Lord Yu Keng had any daughters. My father told me the reason why he did not put our names in this book was that he wished to give us the best education obtainable, and the only way he could do it was not to let the Empress Dowager know. Besides this, according to the Manchu custom, the daughters of all Manchu officials of the second rank and above, after reaching the age of 14 years, should go to the Palace, in order that the Emperor may select them for secondary wives if he so desires, and my father had other plans and ambitions for us. It was in this way that the late Empress Dowager was selected by the Emperor Xian Feng. We started at 3 o'clock that morning in total darkness, riding in 4 coolie sedan chairs, one on each side of the chair. In going such a long distance, it was necessary to have 2 relays of chair coolies. This meant 24 coolies for the 3 chairs, not counting an extra coolie for each chair, who acted as a sort of head chair bearer. Besides this, there were 3 military officers on horses, one for each chair, and 2 servants riding at the back of each chair. In addition, there were 3 big Chinese carts following behind for the chair coolies to ride in and rest. This made a cavalcade consisting of 45 men, 9 horses, and 3 carts. I had a rather nervous feeling riding along in the chair, surrounded by inky blackness, with nothing to relieve the stiffness of the night but the rough voices of the chair bearers calling back and forth to each other to be careful of stones and holes in the road, which was very uneven, and the clump, clump of the horses. To my readers, who have never had the experience of riding a long distance in a sedan chair, I would say that it is a most uncomfortable conveyance, as you have to sit perfectly still and absolutely straight, otherwise the chair is liable to upset. This ride was a very long one, and I felt quite stiff and tired by the time I reached the Palace gates. Chapter 2 January 2009